Happy draft week.
And it's a good Easter Monday to you. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. No, the week will not reek for the Philadelphia Eagles. At least
Let's
I don't
hope not.
think we'll get into that.
What about the Phils playing the Mets?
Well, we'll see about that.
Let's
but
hope
all I
that
know
doesn't
is
reek.
the weekend did reek, at least for the bullpen. We'll talk a lot about the Titans later on in the 7 o'clock hour. But as we've reached draft week, we've been talking about this draft a lot over the last month. It's amazing when your team wins the Super Bowl because the offseason kind of just starts right away, and you blink, and you're already 3 weeks into April.
We're here.
And we're still celebrating. We call it a Championship Monday here on Kincade and Salciunas because the Eagles won the Super Bowl, which, damn, does that still feel good to say. But we've already reached the draft because of how quick the NFL offseason flies by. And, Johnny, I am in just such a state of bliss and a state of confidence with this Eagles team that whatever formula they have when it comes to their evaluation with the draft, right?
Okay.
I know that it was bad 5 years ago, and there were some drafts before that. But as everybody does in life, everybody adapts to what they've done in the past, things that they can get better with, things that they can totally, completely reverse, which the trajectory of the draft was going in a very bad way for the Eagles. Whatever they have figured out, scouting department, how they read the draft board just so excellently last year with Quinyon Mitchell in the first round, knowing when to trade up for Cooper DeJean, knowing when to trade up a couple years ago for Devontae Smith, knowing to jump the New York Giants who needed a wide receiver, and they got caught with their pants down and get Kadarius Toney. Whatever the Eagles' plan is right now, Johnny, it seems foolproof.
Okay, I like that. I was a little concerned about the first comment you made, though. That you're in that feeling of bliss.
Yeah.
Are you getting into that post-Super Bowl, though? Oh, my gosh. Like, I know Mike and Bill talk about it. The euphoria of the Super Bowl, and it's sort of carrying over to you that you're maybe taking your eye off the ball as far as your critical nature.
No, because if the Eagles draft a wide receiver at pick 32, I will have words. I will have plenty. I have a lot to say about Philadelphia sports.
You do.
Right? Like, I think that would be a horrible pick. But here's the deal, John. I don't think they are drafting a wide receiver at pick 32.
I don't think they are either.
I have that confidence right now.
That feeling of bliss, though. I mean, I love it. We're maneuvering the Super Bowl wall down in the Kincade this weekend, and I got some nice, the NFL official pictures of the Cooper pick six, and also of the dagger. And I put them up on the wall this weekend, and I got to tell you, I felt that bliss.
Yeah,
I felt that. And then within minutes, all I'm talking about is, we got draft Thursday night. So I told Christina, I said, I'll probably sleep on the couch downstairs because I might be up till midnight.
Right, absolutely.
So I might just sleep downstairs. All of a sudden, my thing was like, that wall is great, but what's next?
Oh, you want more?
What's next?
Oh, dude, absolutely.
No, but I didn't feel that way as much the first time.
Oh, I did.
I did.
Yeah, I
See,
did.
now that's the difference.
I was ready to go.
See, that's the difference. You talk fat and happy?
Yeah.
I was fat bastard. I was sitting there on the couch rubbing my belly after the first one.
No, to be clear,
everything was glorious.
Me coming out of the gate, this is not me being fat and happy. This is just me being totally confident that the Eagles will continue to hit in the draft, that the Eagles will continue to make good decisions, even though
having all those draft picks certainly helps.
It does. And even though they overcame bad decisions last year, right? Like, let's not ignore the Eagles did sign Bryce Huff to a big contract, but they found a way to overcome that issue. They did sign Zach Bond, and they would be lying to your face.
There's a bad linebacker signing in there, too.
Yeah.
There's another
with
one.
Devin White.
So, hey.
But they would lie to your face if they said that they knew Zach Bond would become the player that he became. Like, maybe they thought more highly of Zach Bond than the New Orleans Saints and other teams, but there's no way they thought that he would be as good as he was this past year and now making the contract that he deserved because of the season that he had last year. But all I know is even if the Eagles make a mistake, I have a feeling that they will find a way to correct it. Just to kind of tie into the Phillies here, I thought they made mistakes. You thought they made mistakes with their bullpen. They didn't really have backup plans.
They didn't.
And their hope was that a guy like Jordan Romano, who we'll talk about later on the show as well,
do we have to?
Would be this replacement to Jeff Hoffman and Carlos Estevez, and he's not. Whereas the Eagles, man, you know what? They could make a signing that might not work out, but they have the right people in this organization. Vic Fangio is the right person with this organization to say, you know what? We're going to play the right people. We're going to play the best players that deserve to be on the field. And that got them to a Super Bowl, and they won it.
He is, and I feel good about that big time. I'm looking at that 4-for-4 thing and the way they've gone about their drafting, and I feel really, really good about it. I feel really, really good that I think they can maneuver at any part of the draft because of their picks. And there's a lot of talent there. I mean, there's a lot of talent that it almost takes when you take the A-list talent off the board. The Eagles are not in the mix for the guys who are like A-plus candidates in this draft because they're not going to be able to pick in that realm. You're not going to get to the top 8-10 guys in the draft. I feel extremely confident they can navigate the next aisle.
Yeah.
The next aisle of the not as elite, but guys that absolutely could develop into being A guys when they get to the NFL.
And then, other than the draft, if you think back to last week, we did a topic on our biggest concern going into the 2025 season. We also did our thing we're most confident, right?
Yeah.
So, mine was Saquon Barkley coming off of this past season, the amount of workload that he had.
It's crazy.
Here's the deal. He's going to have a bit of a comeback down to earth like season, but I don't think it's going to kill the team. Like, my biggest concern
unless it's injury.
Right, unless it's some sort of major injury.
Which, by the way, has been the norm. The norm. Overwhelmingly for guys who have carried the ball as much as Saquon did last season.
Right.
The history would tell you injury is coming. Whether it's major injury that debilitates him or whether it's a short-term injury, that remains to be seen.
And hopefully if there is an injury short-term.
Right, hopefully that's what it would be.
But even still, man, like, Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, think about that for a second. I know that Saquon was their best player last year. And Saquon Barkley is the reason why they had all that success in the regular season. Or one of the biggest reasons. Obviously, the defense being number one helps too. But if Saquon Barkley goes down, I have the Super Bowl MVP at my starting quarterback with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and eventually probably a rookie tight end that they're going to get in the second round. Like, even my biggest concern, I think they completely overcome.
Okay.
And then yours was Patullo, but I mean, I won't be able to judge that till the season starts.
Yeah, the Patullo thing still.
I didn't like it that it was a very quick hiring process.
I don't like the fact, again, that they decided to turn over a Super Bowl defense, Super Bowl offense type of thing, with, like they did in 22. You have an offense in 24, you get to toss the keys to somebody, and you toss it to someone who is not a hot commodity in the NFL, is not somebody that people think is one of the bright offensive minds. I think that's a distinct step back.
But is it
until he proves it to me?
Is it worth your concern in April?
Yeah.
But what if he's great? What if he's like the best offensive coordinator in the world?
Well, then that would be a complete shocker. And every other team, every other team in the NFL had a chance to know who this guy was.
Right,
and said,
I got you.
Yeah, we good. Never poaching him. Never getting him promoted to a position of really had any kind of power. And it's going to be like, no, but we're going to toss you the keys to the Super Bowl champions. It will continue to be my greatest concern.
And it could be quickly, you could feel better in week one.
I'm not going to feel good in week one. Depends on what happens.
What if it's the most explosive offense in the season?
Yeah, like the Chip Kelly debut game.
Right, like all of a sudden you're going, oh wait, this guy does know what he's doing. Like, your concern could be, you could feel better about it one game into the season.
I might, and I might feel crappy about it 4 games. I mean, like, seriously, you can't. One game's not going to do it for me. I'm going to have to see some sustained results. Just as I wouldn't rip the offense and say, this offense is going to stink and be terrible after one, I'm going to give it time. But it absolutely could freak me out.
I'm just in such a place of comfort.
You are.
With
I'm
this
almost
Eagles
worried
team
about
right now.
I'm almost concerned about it.
Why?
Because I want you on edge, dude. I want you on edge.
Why do you?
We don't want to be on edge.
You're a bad friend.
No, I want you on edge. I want you to not be. Well, it'll all work out. Don't be Rob Thompson on me. I don't want Rob Thompson. I want to do a show with Rob Thompson.
No, but I have nothing to react to right now. Like, I'm talking about the draft on Thursday.
I got you.
If they draft 7 wide receivers, I'll complain about it Monday morning of next week.
I got you. I'm not worried about that. No.
So have the Eagles as an organization become somewhat foolproof? We'd love to hear from you. 610-632-0975. Coming up next, Johnny, I did my first national show yesterday on ESPN.
I heard it. I sent you notes.
The people outside of Philadelphia, they're jealous. It's Kincade, Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Thank you so much for checking out our content on the 97.5 The Fanatic YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, you can always be checking the playlist. There may be something you missed from one of our shows during the day that you want to go back and check out. So every time you like a video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and you'll have that great content coming to you every single day. You're greatly appreciated.